Is it hard to have a natural family? My easy answer is going to be no. It's no because you work day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year to get better at what natural looks like to you. What natural looks like to you is obviously going to be different than what natural looks like to the next person, and what natural looks like to a family is going to be a little different than what natural looks like to an individual, because obviously it's easier for an individual because they have to only worry about themselves. Food is tricky for us because as a household we are all in different phases of what natural is, because some people like certain things and others don't like other things. Just because we are natural or just because we are plant-based doesn't mean that we like everything. This is a huge misconception. This is a common thing that people think that vegans or vegetarians, because the bulk of their meals are plant-based, they think that we like all plants. You can't just give us any plant and think that we like every single plant just because we are plant-based. Yes, we like a lot of them. We eat a lot more plants than most people, but we don't like all of them. My son, he will not eat anything that has any kind of sauce on it. Nothing. My daughter, she doesn't like leafy stuff, so she doesn't like greens. She'll eat lettuce, but it just kind of depends with her. My husband, he's vegetarian, and he's the only vegetarian left out of all of us. We're vegan. So his meal looks different than my son's meal, which looks different than my daughter's meal. My meal looks completely different all the time than everybody else's, because I try, for the most part, I don't eat any bread. Regular pasta, if I eat pasta, it's like chickpea pasta or like. Also, I'm breastfeeding. The baby, his tummy doesn't like onions, anything with a tomato in it, so I don't eat any kind of tomato sauces or tomato anything. Um, Bell pepper sometimes make him gassy. There's Raya in the back saying hi. Bell peppers make him gassy, so sometimes, for the most part, I eat them sometimes if I'm eating them by themselves, but otherwise I kind of stray away from them. Beans, I try to stay away from beans because they make him gassy. So a lot of the times I make him make the kids back black bean burgers, or I can make them pasta with sauce, but I can't eat those things. So it depends. Our natural looks different when it comes to food. It just, we have to do it. we got to rock the way we roll. We do have a garden, and we try to grow at least some of our food as opposed to getting all of it from the store. We're trying to transition to where we can, at least most of our food we are growing on our own. But I ain't even gonna lie, gardening ain't as easy as it may seem. This is our third year with our garden. We started at a whole different house, and so we had to transfer the garden, and we've been trying different fruits and different vegetables, and we just honestly, every day is a learning experience. We've had where our seedlings have died because in the house they're not getting enough light. We've had where maybe it's too cold outside. We've had where we're growing our bell peppers, but they didn't fruit the way we were looking for them to fruit. Or we had a small space, and when we first had our garden, we had a small space because we were in a townhouse, and all we had was a patio that we were gardening on. And we just, not only did we not have enough space, we didn't have enough light. The soil was trash. I mean, it's a learning experience. Gardening has been a learning experience, and we're getting better by the year, but we're still working on it. I want to say by next year, this time, we'll have a full blown garden. Right now we have 2 garden beds, and we got some stuff that we growing on the. We got some herbs that we growing on the balcony. But down in the grass in the yard, we growing is where we have our actual beds. Um, Homeschooling. So what schooling looks like to us is, sit right here, baby. What schooling looks like to us is not public school for sure. Me myself personally, it just ain't for us. We homeschool, but homeschooling, sometimes people think that either you have to rigorously homeschool for your kids to know everything that they know, to be smart, woo woo, blah blah blah. We do a hybrid kind of thing where we homeschool, but we also unschool during the week. So we have days, depending on honestly what my kids feel like. Some days they homeschool. Sometimes we work out of books that we have. Sometimes we work on the computers and laptops. And honestly, when we homeschool, we're done within 2 hours max. Other days we unschool. What does unschooling look like to us? Really, they learn on their own. They work through learning on their own. I may have to give them some guidance and teach them how to do certain things when it comes to maybe today they have to make all their meals on their own. And when I say a meal, no, they will not sit up and eat oatmeal. They're gonna make a meal, like, or they may be gardening, planting new seeds, planting new crops, or they may be making a presentation on the computer about what we did at the pumpkin patch last week. That's what we did last week. That's why I'm got it on my mind. But that's what homeschooling looks like to us. Homeschooling / unschooling, because we do both. I school to what they like, so that they can retain the information, and so they are using actual life skills. Then we have different family outings and stuff like that. Natural outside, sometimes, yeah, that could be tough. When you going wherever you going, and you gotta be like, oh, I don't know about that, or oh, I don't know about that. When you have younger kids that are like, 3, 4, 5, sometimes they don't necessarily know the difference between something that is natural and something that may have chemicals in it, something that may have meat in it, because some things that we eat, let's say if we're eating spaghetti. Spaghetti can look like spaghetti in many different forms, but my spaghetti may have lentils in it, and lentils could resemble ground beef. Or, like it just, so a 5-year-old or a 3-year-old may not necessarily at on sight of looking at this food, they may not automatically see the difference, because a 3-year-old is just hungry, like I'm ready to eat. So when we out, we have to kind of pay attention to different things like that to make sure that we are mindful. Then there are other things like chemicals that we have to be mindful of when we go and we let the kids run out in different fields, yards, or wherever to just play. We have to be mindful that those fields or whatever may be sprayed with pesticides. First of all, we can't avoid everything, but we just do the best that we can to keep them where we want them to be. When it comes to household products and stuff like that, cleaning products and things, we just kind of try to keep it on the cleaner side. The less ingredients, the better. Bleach is a no-no. I can't do the bleach. We're not around here mopping with bleach and stuff like that. Now we do have to do a lot of upkeep because it's a lot of us in one house, and we do have a cat and a dog. And I'll get to the pets, but we just try to maintain tidiness the best that we can, so that things aren't getting too dirty, because that's when you need those heavy chemicals and stuff when things get too dirty. But even then, you can use different essential oils and things like that to clean. But we use Dr. Bronner's a lot to wipe stuff down if we have to, or just things that are a little bit more gentle. I guess we can go back to pets. So yes, we do have a cat and a dog. I never in my life ever wanted a cat, but my niece stays with me, and she brought her cat with her, so we kind of deal with the cat. And we have a dog who is raw fed. He's been raw fed since we got him. When he was, I think he was like a month old when we got him. We rescued him from the animal shelter, the police station thing. And raw feeding is a conversation for another day, but we also try to do the best that we can for him. And that means not feeding him basically like trash foods, things like that. But I can't feed the dog better than I feed myself and my kids. So, like I said, that's a conversation for another day. When it comes to the baby, natural. When you're a little bit more holistic and you have a baby, I feel personally that you tend to have less stuff. Like, we don't have. Obviously, we try to like wash his clothes before we put it on him and things like that. I don't use drip. I use whatever I can that's basically free and natural, and try to check the ingredients on it. 7-Gen is pretty good, but we also use I don't know, it's a bunch of them. I don't even know the name of it. I don't got time. For soap, we either bathe him in herbs or we bathe him in Dr. Bronner's. Nothing scented. I never put anything scented on his skin. I do make body butters for everyone in the house. I sell body butters too. I'll put the link in the description. But I do not use lotion. That's my point. I do not use lotion. We do not use Vaseline. We only use the body butters that I make on my own, and I do not put fragrances in them. They are shea butter and mango butter based. But they also are herbal, are infused with herbs. As far as food, he is 6 months. He is a big boy. He looks like a 1-year-old. I do not feed him food. He is 100% breastfed. He does not get water. He does not get formula. He does not get any of that. And he got 2 teeth. He's a smart boy. He gets time outside in the sun. That's where he get his vitamin D. Oh, you want to get Mama Keach? Thank you. But yeah, so there's no food for him. What does medicine look like for us? We don't do medicine for nothing. We don't use any pain medications for anything. We don't. Yeah, we don't do medicine. I don't know how many ways you can put that. If we need to put some attention towards anything, we're using herbs, we're using essential oils, we may be using food. But that's as far as it goes. Or I don't know, remedies to remedy whatever the issue is. My kids will tell you. I tell them all the time when they want to jump off the porch and be flipping and doing all of that. I tell them all the time, I don't do no hospital, so you hurt yourself then. We figure it out as we figure it out. Now, of course, if they hurt themselves and they break an arm or something, I'm going to take them to the hospital. I ain't going to duct tape it together, but they know that. They know and everybody else know that we just don't do medicine. Herbs are medicine. As far as, you hear my baby? As far as hair, all of us, except Lou, squeaky clean here, have locks. So when it comes to hair, we do monthly maintenance. For the most part, it's monthly. Sometimes, mommy be busy. It might go a little longer than that. And my 5-year-old just got her little locks 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. So they're starting to mature. They're so cute. You want to show them your hair? Look at my big girl locks, y'all. So hers are the least mature. Turn around. Turn around. Hers are the least mature, but they are so pretty and so thick. And she got some little 2 strands in right now. Okay, sit down. She got some little 2 strands in right now, but I will do a little, when it comes to us, a little style or something every now and again. But for the most part, when it comes to maintaining our hair, I don't use any chemicals. I make twists with flax gel, or I make twists with sometimes even okra. I make gel out of okra. We put oil in it. Sometimes I make twists with just oil after a wash or a rinse. But we're not doing too much manipulating, basically. We kind of just let our hair grow and do what it want to do. And that's about it. If you have any questions, if I miss anything, if you have any natural family things that you do or that you incorporate on a daily, on a monthly, let me know. Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know how you do natural in your family, or if you are an individual. Let me know what it looks like for you at whatever point in your journey that you're in. Bye.